Welcome back to another video. Over 80% of you are not subscribed. So if you do enjoy today's video, please consider subscribing and enjoy today's video. Is Siege dying? I'd say it's like declining. I don't think Rainbow will ever be like, in quote, dead, because there's games so much smaller than this that are like, so you know when you have like those small games but they have like a massive community? Does that make any sense? Like small indie games you've never heard of, but then like they just have like the biggest community ever. The worst case scenario, this game would just turn into that, you know? Like it might not be the biggest game, but like it will just have a lot of players. It's like some seasons will have their up seasons, some seasons will have their down down seasons. I feel like every time someone says like going back to old Siege, right? We should go back to old Siege. Everyone is like, Blood doesn't even realize how bad old Siege was. Like if you was there, you'd understand. Like you don't even like the game's so much better now. And it's like, did the numbers literally not tell you? Like you literally had Operation, what was the Demo season? Operation Deadly Omen. They brought back OG like ACOG Hollow, and it was the peak. I'm not even joking. It was, I think, like 1,000 plays of the most players Siege ever had. And as well, this another thing as well is, I said it in a different stream, right? As bad as old lighting was, I think it made the game feel so much like the ambient was so much like look at this, okay? So this is the game now. See, just take a good look what the game is now. Take a good look. This is how Siege looks now. And I say now, but like it's still kind of old Siege. But if you look at like this, like see how it feels so much more, like if you compare this to that, you see how it's like, so it's like where do you draw the line, you know? It's like, oh, where do you draw? This is a problem, right? With, because obviously I'm gonna be real, like if I was a game dev, I wouldn't know what to do. It's either, I think Siege's biggest problem, more so than any other game. I think Siege has a split audience. There's a split audience down the middle, and I feel like Siege is always torn between the two audiences, and they just never know what to do. It always, like, yeah, it always did, always will, I feel like. Because it's like, you have one side that's like, you know, we want tactical, we want realism, but then you have the other side that is like, we want like the comp feeling, we want like, can you clear up like the dark corners, can you know, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like, where do you draw the line? Because it's like this. If you look at this picture, yes, it might have dark corners, you know, like if you look in, I mean, that's not even that dark to be fair, but like if you just look, like it's more tactical. It's like as if this was real life, you know? But then it's like this, if you go to after, will it show it again or no? But then this is more like compy in a way. Like all the dark corners are gone. The lighting outside is kind of fixed. It's more like you can't hide in the dark corner. It's more compy, you know, it's more esports ready. So it's like, where do you draw the line? It's like, do you satisfy that audience that wants that realism, that wants that tactical feel? Or do you make the game more like esports ready? Like this game is, you know, like, like whatever, like comp or whatever. I think, okay, so if you want my opinion where I would draw the line, I would have this. This is what I would have this. But here's the problem, is because I don't even know if this is possible. So I would have this lighting, but then you fix like this shit. Like when you look out a window and it's just bright as fuck. But the problem is, because I'm not a dev, so I don't know how it works, is it possible to fix that without messing up the whole lighting? I'm not a game dev, so I don't know, but is that even possible? Like you keep this lighting, but you fix all the like problems it had, but you keep the aesthetic, if that makes any sense. So yeah, if you can, then that's what I would do. So are we even queuing for a game? That is, if you ask, that's what I would do. But then again, obviously this is not up. Like this is 2015 compared to 2019. Like even 2019 Siege still felt a bit more, like even when you look at the after, like even this still feels a bit like, you know, like nitty gritty, like sort of, I imagine like compared to like 2024, like now we're just in a state of reusing the same skins. We've got Doctor's Curse for the 4th time in a row. It's like, what's that one game called, like Ready or Not? Like this kind of feels like that game, but it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know where you draw. This is, I'm not even like, this is the thing with it all, right? No matter what Siege does, no matter if they take that route, they take this route, they take that route, they take this, there's quite literally no right or wrong. Whatever they do, wherever Siege goes, this section of the audience will be happy. That section of the audience will be sad. This section of the audience will be happy. This section of the audience will be sad. Like, it's just, that's, you know. I don't know, like, as much as I kind of like the old lighting, I don't mind the new one because obviously, like, I am kind of like a compy player, you know, like it's good for the game, like the health of the game or whatever, like it's esports ready, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, my problem is I feel like the game has been, I don't even know if this will make any sense. Like this ain't even real terminology. But I feel like the game has been like Valorantized. Is that even a word? It's got like the Valorant effect. It's like they make it like arcadey, if that makes any sense. Like when you think of like, okay, what did you used to think of Rainbow Six Siege? Rainbow Six Siege. Isn't that like really like that tactical game where you have to like push into the, like, but now it just feels like Valorant in a way. Val has more visual clutter. Well, I think that's just more because Valorant just has a lot more abilities anyway. So Valorant's just gonna have a lot more shit going on. But I guess like Siege is kind of going down that, like, you know, we got like Fenrir now, I think the one, like, this is my one thing, is like, I don't want this game to like eventually turn into like Overwatch or Valorant, you know? As long as like, I mean, no matter what they do, the game will always be, you know, first person shooter. You're gonna have like actual guns. It's not gonna be like, so I'm not scared in that fact, in that matter or whatever. It's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like something, okay, I'm gonna name 3 things, right? And these 3 things are just a simple little tweak that changes the whole like ambience of the game in a weird, like in a true way, but like in a weird way, if that even makes any sense. Number 1, the HUD. I feel like depending on how the HUD looks of a game, you see it in COD Zombies as well. I don't know how many of you guys played COD Zombies. But the HUD on Zombies really changes like the feeling of like a map or the game, or like if you have a bad HUD on COD Zombies, like I don't even know how to explain it, right? On COD Zombies, like nothing can change about the map, right? The map is the map. But if you simply change the HUD, the whole entire game feels different in a way. So I guess the HUD is another thing. Like when they changed the HUD, it kind of had that like Valorant feeling, Overwatch feeling, where they kind of like make it more arcadey or whatever. Number 2, okay? Number 2. The operator icons, like these 3 things I'm naming aren't even like a big deal, right? The operator icons, them changing the operator icons, another thing where it's like, oh, they're making the game a bit more arcadey. Like it feels like Valorant, it feels like the operator icons. Like the icons alone just feel a bit more, you know what I'm saying? And then the last thing is, what was the last thing? Hold on, kind of locking in now. Let me go beast mode, hold on. Let me lock in. Give me a second, I'm cooking.
5 HP behind the mark.
Right, I suck at this game. Oh yeah, that was the 3rd thing, right? This was the 3rd thing. Once again, another small thing that kind of has nothing to do with the game, but also has something to do with the game is, so we said harder. The harder alone changes how the entire game feels without changing the game at all. Operator icons changes how the game feels without changing anything about the game at all. 3rd thing is, I guess it's kind of 2 things in one, is, actually no, just the 3rd thing is, does anyone ever remember loading up a season and it would have its own unique loading screen? Does anyone, like that alone, change nothing about the game, but just that feeling, you load up a season, it has its own unique music to that season, it has its own unique loading up menu screen to that season. Let me get an example. Every season I had it. I don't even know, if someone could do the research quickly, when did they even stop this? I don't even know when they stopped it. When did they even stop it? Like, does anyone remember this? I don't even know if this video will show it, but look. Okay, not that one. We'll go like the later ones. Does anyone ever remember like loading up a season? Or just... You change nothing about the game, but just loading up, you already have that feeling inside of you of like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, like, the harder, the operator icons, you change it. You don't even have to change anything about the game. Visually, the HUD, like the UI, and just, it changes how you load up the game and you get this. I wonder, does this video show, maybe it stopped after here. Okay, so you got this loading screen. It might be in year 5. What's year 5 season 1? Quick. Year 5, what is year 5 season 1? So Operation Still Wave. Did that one ever have I don't think, it might have honestly been Still Wave. So it's almost weird or crazy that in a way, you don't even have to change anything about Siege. You just change the stuff around it and it already just makes Siege feel like more, just that more like, you know? Yo, chat, did you guys agree with my tweet? Oh, chat, you guys agree with my tweet? I think, right? This is my tweet. I think of every map, okay, of every single map, of every single room that ever could be, this is where the most scuffed and awkward gunfights take place. Yes or no? Yes or no? Of every map in the game, every room, every objective, this right here, this here is where this crowns #1 for the most scuffed gunfights and most awkward gunfights ever. Yes or no?